I was telling you guys that I'm going to send you the survey again so I can collect those answers again. Okay, Beatriz, is that clear now?
Yes, teacher, about the same form?
About the same information, but it's a new form. I'm going to create a new one, okay?
Okay.
I need all the 17 answers, okay? Yes?
Until when I respond?
Well, I will send it later tonight, and you guys will have the weekend for answering and think about that. And by Tuesday morning, I will remind you again, like, hey, Beatriz, you have not answered this. I need information, okay? Because it is a long weekend, so I won't bother you on Monday. Don't worry. Okay, so once again, this is our agenda. We will talk about how we can make emphasis in English, yeah? We will review intensifiers. We will practice. We will also talk a little bit about word stress in English pronunciation. And at the end, we'll have the chance to work together by listening and writing, yeah? Talking about tips for having a presentation. That's the plan. So let's go. Okay, thank you for saying present. Okay, my dear friends, here we are. Let me check the attendance first, very quick. Okay, so where is Karen?
Present, teacher.
Thank you, Karen. Santiago?
Here, teacher.
Okay, Kiara? Kiara, hello. Jorge?
Present, teacher.
Natalia?
Present.
Diego?
Present, teacher.
Manuela?
Yes, teacher.
Joan? Joan? I think I saw Joan. Joan, hello? No. Okay. Well, he better attend our class today because yesterday he was not. Well, Beatriz is your teammate. Okay. Jessica?
Present, teacher.
Catherine?
Present, miss.
Marlon?
Present, teacher.
Mandy? Mandy is on little vacations because of the holiday. I'm kidding. Manuel?
Hello, teacher. Present.
Okay, Manuel. And Maria Alejandra?
Present, teacher.
Vanessa. Thank you, Maria. Vanessa? Oh,
Profe,
Vanessa. Yes?
Vanessa me ha dicho que estaba viajando, que pronto demoran en llegar.
Yes, thank you. She told me. Thank you. Okay, awesome. Let's start. Look at this. Look at this image. You look so beautiful in that dress. It really hides your stomach. Ooh, such a bad way of giving a compliment. Yeah? So, can you please look in this little message? Which are the words that make emphasis? Tell me. Just in this message. Here. Which words make emphasis for you? Any?
Maybe, miss, about the picture?
Yes. Yes, Catherine.
Maybe his emphasis in it really hides your stomach. No?
So,
Right.
yes, Catherine, you're right. Which word?
Hides your stomach,
Heights.
como hide.
Maybe really? It really hides your stomach. Yeah,
Really hides.
Thank you, Catherine. And in the first part of the message, you look so beautiful in that dress. Which word gives you the idea? Sorry, again?
So,
Yes, Manuela. So, you look so beautiful in that dress. It really hides your stomach. Yeah? So, those are some of the examples of the words that make emphasis. Indeed, definitely, absolutely, obviously, in fact, in particular, especially, clearly, importantly, admittedly, generally, particularly, without doubt, never, undoubtedly. Okay? And in this case of the message here, so and really are intensifiers. So let's start our warm-up today with some of the intensifiers we have. Look, I'm very angry. I'm fairly angry. Both of them are intensifiers. But in this case, very, it's, like making it very strong. Unfairly also intensifies the adjective angry, but in a weaker way. So we're going to start today by reviewing some of the intensifiers, okay? Let's go. Oh, Mr. Santa is here, I guess. Okay, let me just give you. Oh, sorry, Xiomara, thank you. Let me see. Xiomara Rincon. Oh, yeah, okay. Yes, thank you for that. Okay, thank you. So let's review some of the intensifiers and let's review how they work. Let me just give you the link here in the chat. And you guys are ready for it. There you are. So what do you have to do? You have to look at the sentences and, sorry, not the sentences, the words, and organize them. For example, I am super happy. Yes? Okay. Do it.
yes.
Thank you. Hi, Mandy. My goodness. I was thinking that you left for little vacations because it's a holiday.
No, teacher. I am boarding a flight to Bucaramanga.
You
I'm in
okay.
Bogotá.
Okay.
Yes, teacher.
Are you
Mandy,
fine tonight? My goodness.
see you a weekend.
Yes. Yes. Okay, go ahead. Let's practice intensifiers. Okay, my dear friends, I think you guys are done. Aren't you? Was it easy? Not all the sentences had intensifiers, right? Some of them didn't happen. But I know that you guys found words like so, really, super. Yes? Okay. Now, we were reviewing them because now we're going to talk about other words different from intensifiers that can also help us to give emphasis in English. So, look at the picture. And let's make a prediction about this. What's the situation? What's going on? Any idea? Just by reading the picture. Tell me.
Teacher, maybe he is so boring.
Thank you, Manuela. Maybe he's so, okay. You can use that one if you think that the guy is boring, that a boring person, you know, a person who doesn't have anything to talk about, who doesn't have anything to share. That's when you say that a person is boring. But I don't know if you want to say that he's bored. It's like how he feels now, you know?
Yes, it's better.
Okay, Manuela. Yeah, sometimes you say, oh, teacher, this
Me-
class is so boring. I'm bored. Yeah? Okay, sorry, who's
I
talking?
think
Yes, Kat?
Miss Catherine.
Yeah.
Yes. Miss, I think they are very worried about receipts, maybe bills and receipts.
Okay, that's a very common example in our real life, right? That we get worried about bills, Catherine, that's the word, the bills. Yes, do you want to, I mean, like, you mean electricity, water, internet? Yes, that's what you mean?
Yes, Miss.
Those are the
Yes.
bills. Yes, let me just type it here. Those are the bills. When you have to pay the bills. Okay, good. I like your predictions. What else? What else can you tell me about the picture? Any other thing? Well, my girls say that they are worried or maybe bored. But the real thing is that he's nervous. He's so nervous. Why is he nervous? Or what is he nervous about? Look, here we have. Now we have this conversation between Sophie and Paul, and we have to guess or check why is Paul nervous? And what is Sophie's advice for him? So I would like you to please listen, pay attention, and try to write down the missing words here. Look, every time you see this symbol, you are going to complete the sentence with one of the words, no, the words that you hear, okay? I think it's just one word. Okay? Are you ready?
What's the page, teacher?
Yes, Jorge. Is 90.
Okay, thank you.
Good. So we are going to find out why is Paul nervous. And you will also tell me what's Sophie's advice for him. Okay? And here you guys need to complete this conversation with the words that are missing. Okay, let's do it. Let's go. Where's the recording here?
Unit 9, Recording 3.
Thank you for coming. Before I start, I'd just like to say how wonderful you all look today. Oh dear.
What are you doing?
I have to give a presentation in class tomorrow. I'm so nervous.
Why on earth are you nervous?
Why? Because public speaking is absolutely terrifying, of course.
Don't be such a wimp. There are only 9 students in your class.
You're calling me a wimp? It was you who cried in the toilet before your last job interview.
That was an extremely important interview. It was different.
What I need is sympathy right now, not criticism.
You're right. I'm really sorry. I do sympathise. When I'm stressed, what helps is to take deep breaths and listen to some relaxing music.
Oh, okay, thanks. and then you go and cry in the toilet.
Oh,
Okay, you want to listen again, or did you get all the words? I think it's easy, but a little bit fast, so we may hear it twice if you want.
Please.
Sure, Santiago.
Unit 9, Recording 3.
Thank you for coming. Before I start, I'd just like to say how wonderful you all look today. Oh dear.
what are you doing?
I have to give a presentation in class tomorrow. I'm so nervous.
Why on earth are you nervous?
Why? Because public speaking is absolutely terrifying, of course.
Don't be such a wimp. There are only 9 students in your class.
You're calling me a wimp. It was you who cried in the toilet before your last job interview.
That was an extremely important interview. It was different.
What I need is sympathy right now, not criticism.
You're right. I'm really sorry. I do sympathise. When I'm stressed, what helps is to take deep breaths and listen to some relaxing music.
Oh, okay, thanks. And then you go and cry in the toilet.
Oh.
Okay, guys, do you get the words?
No, all teacher.
Only 3.
Don't worry, I will tell it to you. Maybe we can just play the audio again and stop part by part. So, my question, do you guys know why is Paul nervous? I mean, do you get that information? Or do you need the sentences first? Yeah?
Because he has to give a presentation in class.
Yes, Jorge. He has to give a presentation in class. Okay. And what's the problem?
He is so nervous for the presentation.
He's so nervous about it. Yeah. What's Sophie's advice? Well, you said, teacher, apart from being so, I don't know, what's her attitude? She's kind of making fun of him, isn't she? Isn't she? So, well, because she says, don't be such a wimp. Wimp means don't be weak. Don't be coward. Yes? That's the meaning of don't be a wimp. Do you understand? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Let me just type here a synonym. Coward, that is the opposite of brave. Okay, so let's listen to part by part. We stop and check the words that we are missing here. Those words are the ones that help us to give emphasis.
Unit 9, Recording 3.
Thank you for coming. Before I start, I'd just like to say how wonderful you all look today. Oh dear.
What are you doing?
I have to give a presentation in class tomorrow. I'm so nervous.
Well, I'm so nervous. Yes, I'm going to try to use this one. So, well, you know that it goes to this place, okay?
Why on earth are you nervous?
Why? What? Was that one there? Why?
Good, maybe.
Which one, Santiago?
Good. Why, where are you?
No. Why on earth
Oh,
are you nervous?
why would I?
Why on earth are you nervous? Okay, well, you know that this goes here. Okay.
Why? Because public speaking is absolutely terrifying, of course.
Why? Because public speaking is absolutely terrifying, of course. So, that's his feeling about it. Have you ever felt like Paul because of a presentation in class? Did you get nervous when you were taking the speaking test? Tell me.
Of course, teacher.
Yes, Manuela? Yeah, I know. It can happen. Even if you are very good at it, yeah, sometimes it's just a matter of emotions, a matter of the situation. I remember last Friday, well, I'm not sure, Monday? No, Friday? Well, Monday, sorry, when we were taking speaking tests. And some of the students that were taking it with me were nervous. Yeah, I was trying just to show them that everything is okay. Let's just talk, in an informal way. Let's relax a little bit. But I could see the difference, about their performance when we are in class and when you guys know that you are being evaluated. And I know, we are human beings. So, next one. Which one did you get for this space? Don't be. Yes. Nice.
Don't be such a wimp. There are only 9 students in your class.
You're calling.
Yeah, but no. It's okay. Well, so such. Don't worry that I'm going to explain each one, okay? Don't be such a wimp.
Calling me a wimp. It was you who cried in the toilet.
Excuse me, it was my mistake.
There are only 9 students in your class.
You're calling me a wimp. It was you who cried in the toilet before your last job interview.
That would.
Whoa, this is a cleft sentence. We are going to practice cleft sentences today. So you're calling me a wimp. Can you help me with this one?
If you were crying in the toilet before your last job interview.
It was you. It was you.
It was you who cried in the toilet before your last job interview.
That. It was you who cried. So it was you who cried. That is an example of a cleft sentence. We will talk about it in some minutes. Don't worry. If I, for example, I say, you cried in the toilet before your last job. It was you. So I'm making emphasis. Okay. It was you who cried in the toilet before your last job interview. Now, that was an. Which one did you get for this space?
Strongly.
Okay.
Was an extremely important interview. It was different.
What I need is.
Yes. Sometimes there are little things for some people and big things for others, and it's okay. What can be easy for me, maybe it's not so easy for Daniela, and so on and so forth. But it's easy for Daniela, maybe it's extremely difficult for me. Extremely. Okay, nice. That was an extremely important interview. It was different. For this one, which words did you get?
Why I need to sympathize right now, no criticism.
Okay, let's check. Thank you.
Is sympathy right now, not criticism.
Extremely important interview. It was different.
What I need is sympathy right now, not criticism.
Another cleft sentence. What I need is sympathy right now. What I need is. Yeah, I don't need what you are doing. That doesn't help at all. Okay, what I need is sympathy right now, not criticism. Cool, this one, you're right. And any idea for this one?
I'm so sorry.
Uh-huh.
I need to sympathize.
Okay. Let's check.
Do I think
You're
it
right.
is.
Oh, sorry, Manuel, what's up?
I think she said I do sympathize, I think.
Okay, for making emphasis, thank you.
I'm really sorry. I do sympathise. When I'm stressed, what helps is to take deep breaths and listen to some relaxing music.
Okay, very good. Intensifiers and also cleft sentences. I'm sorry. No, I'm so sorry. I do sympathize. When I'm stressed, I forgot, but it's a cleft sentence. I would say like, what?
Really sorry. No, I'm sorry.
Me,
What's up? Did I make a mistake?
I think she said, I'm really sorry. No,
Oh, thank you.
so
I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry.
The word is really.
Sorry, Jorge?
The word is really.
Okay, thank you. I'm really sorry. I do sympathize. I need to listen again because I already forgot.
Just take deep breaths and listen to some relaxing. Really sorry. I do sympathise. When I'm stressed, what helps is to take deep breaths and listen to some relaxing music.
Yeah, another cleft sentence. What helps is to take deep breaths and listen to some relaxing music. Perfect. Okay, and that's all about this. Now let's analyze why are these words or expressions useful for giving emphasis. Oh, okay, thanks. And then you go and cry in the toilet. Oh, my goodness. Very offensive. Okay, let me show you what I have for us. These are some different ways of making emphasis. We started the class today with intensifiers, yeah, that are perhaps the most common ones we use. But of course, there are other ways to give emphasis. Here we have absolutely, extremely, really, so, and other words like completely, terribly, awfully, incredibly are intensifiers. They are used before the adjective, yeah, to make it stronger. You say, teacher, this is easy. Teacher, this is so easy, extremely easy. Ah, okay, yeah. Now we have so and such, and of course there is a difference between these two. So is used in front of an adjective or an adverb, and such is used in front of a noun. Both are used to emphasize a point. Such can also be used before an adjective, a noun. For example, it's just such a lovely day. He's such a brilliant student. Yeah? Questions about so and such? We're going to have a little practice about so and such, and then we will continue with this because cleft sentences require our attention. Okay? So I prepared it like that. Let's first have so and such, then we go back to cleft sentences. Well, auxiliary verbs are easy, so no problem. Okay, let's have the practice about so and such to see if you have any question. Why are you guys quiet today? If it's Friday night, you say, yes, teacher, but we are in class. Okay, so and such. You guys have it in the chat. What do you have to do? You have to make the froggy jump to the right answer. So click on start and read the sentences and make it jump. There are many people here. There are so many people here. There are such many people here. Oh my God, it is very fast. It didn't give me the chance to explain, but you guys know what to do. Okay? Go ahead. Do it, please. You can tell me when you are done, and you can also tell me how the froggy went in its journey. Okay, I'm just waiting for you. Thank you, Santiago, for telling me that you are done. Awesome. How was it? Good?
Yes, good.
Cool. Thank you, Manuela, for telling us that you are done. Questions on so and such? Not really. Let me see. Thank you, Marlon. Thank
No,
you.
teacher. About the practice is more easy or is more understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
Thank
more clear when you practice. That's right. That's good. That's why I divided, like explanation, practice. Yeah. That way you guys can tell me if that's clear or if we need to go back, yes, to more explanation. Awesome. Thank you, all of you for telling me that you are done. Cool. Okay. So, and such, check. Now, auxiliary verbs, as Manuel told us when we are working with the listening. They help us to add emphasis, of course, like I do sympathize. I did miss you. She does look beautiful. So if you analyze here, we have them all for any tense. I mean, in present, in past, yeah? All the auxiliary verbs can add emphasis. So you say, teacher, I do understand, yeah? So you are telling me that this is very clear, really clear, yes? And that's the way you can use them when you guys want to make emphasis in an affirmative way using the auxiliaries. Questions about this one? Not really? I think that one is easy, but maybe cleft sentences require more attention. So, can we move on to cleft sentences? Yeah? I think we are. Thank you. Okay. Now, we also found like 3 or 4 examples of cleft sentences in the listening, right? And they are used to emphasize the particular thing or person rather than the verb. For example, you say, well, tell me, who was the one who cried in the toilet? Sophie or Paul?
Sophie.
Sophie. Okay, Santiago, thank you. So we say, Sophie cried in the toilet. Yes? And we have that idea. And I'm talking to Sophie and say, it was you who cried in the toilet. Yeah, with this cleft sentence, I'm making emphasis, yes, about her. Now, on the other hand, we have this one. To take deep breaths help you when you are stressed or when you are worried about a presentation. That was the topic of the listening, right? And if you want to emphasize on that action, that thing, yeah, you can say something like this. What helps is to take deep breaths. Okay? Now, before we continue with this one, I have a video about cleft sentences to just have a, like broader understanding, and also one exercise for us to practice cleft sentences. Yeah, I like this one because this one is for speaking. And look, it's like, it's in my country that really, so maybe, I don't know, it's corruption in my country that really annoys me. Yeah, so you say corruption in Colombia is annoying, of course. And if you want to be more emphatic, you know, you say, it's corruption in my country that really annoys me. So let's watch the video. It's short but useful, and then we can practice. Let's see. Okay. Wait a second. Here we are. Wait, guys. Getting ready, but okay, here we are.
Hi, my name is Valentina. Yes, yes.
Commercials. Your teacher doesn't have YouTube Premium. So, okay, here we are. This girl explains these complex sentences in a very clear and easy way, and I like it. So let's enjoy it. And after the video, we can continue with the practice. Stop, volume, ready. Let's go.
Hi, Sean here for BBC Learning English. Today we're going to look at ways of giving emphasis. Okay, so one way of giving emphasis is by using a cleft sentence. What's that? Well, basically, a cleft sentence is a way of cutting a sentence in half so that you can give emphasis to the important or new information. It tells the listener or reader what information they need to pay attention to. Let's have an example. Rob ate my biscuits yesterday.
Ah, so Catherine ate your biscuits.
It was Rob that ate my biscuits.
I hear Rob ate your lunch.
It was my biscuits that Rob ate yesterday.
I can't believe Rob ate your biscuits this morning.
It was yesterday that Rob ate my biscuits. Okay, so I've said the same sentence in 3 different ways, but each time the emphasis changed. I did this by using an it cleft. Let's have a look in more detail. So we have it is or it was. So here's our it cleft, followed by the key information we want to emphasize, followed by that, and then the rest of the message. So let's look at the examples we had. Here, we want to emphasize Rob. So it was Rob that ate my biscuits, not Catherine. Here, because it's a person, we could also use who, although that is more common. Now, I want to emphasize that it was biscuits, not lunch. So it was my biscuits that Rob ate, not my lunch. Notice this is plural, but we still use was, not were here.
And of course, here is very important for us to use, well, to remember and use the clauses. Yes, the relative clauses.
And then finally, I want to emphasize that it was yesterday. So it was yesterday that Rob ate my biscuits, not today. Let's look at a few more examples. If we want to talk about the present, we use it is and the verb in the present. So it is me that does all the work. We can also put the structure into the question form. So was it you that told him? And we can make it negative. It wasn't me that told him. This last sentence, we could also use I instead of me, but this is much more formal. So it wasn't I who told him. So that was your introduction to the it cleft. Now these structures are really useful in writing because when we're writing, we can't stress or give intonation. So it helps to emphasize key information. They're also common when we're speaking, but you have to remember to stress the key information. So for example, it was his smile that I first noticed, or it was only a year ago that we met. Now, it's practice that you really need. So go to our website, bbclearningenglish.com for more information and to practice these stuff.
Okay, was it useful? Let's go back to our conversation And let's analyze those cleft sentences. Was the video useful? Is it a little bit more clear now?
Yes, teacher.
Awesome. Of course, we are going to talk about word stress in pronunciation as well, yeah, after this. So, let's go back. Look. Let me see where we have one of them. Okay, here we have intensifiers. And here we have that. You're calling me a wimp? It was you who cried in the toilet before your last job interview. That was the example we had before. You cried in the job interview, so it was you. I want to be very emphatic that it was not me, it was you. Yes? Here, what I need is sympathy right now, not criticism. Yeah? That's exactly what I need. So what I need is. And the other one here is, okay, you're right. I'm really sorry. I do sympathize. When I'm stressed, what helps is to take deep breaths and listen to some relaxing music. So as the previous example, to listen to some relaxing music really helps me. So I can be very emphatic on that activity or action, and I say, what helps is to take deep breaths and listen to some relaxing music. Now we are ready for the practice of sentences. I love this one, and I showed this exercise, which can be very, very useful for us because you guys are going to speak. So let me tell you how it works. Well, this one is check, correct sentences, check. This one is the one that I would like you to do. You guys have a certain, let me show it to you. You guys have a certain of cards with some information that you have to complete. How are you going to complete them? Using cleft sentences, okay? So you guys will take turns, and I would like you to, I would like you to answer the questions together. Both of you need to give the opinion about the same situation. So let me show you how it works. First, I share the link with you here in the chat, so when you guys go in your breakout room, you are not lost. And now I explain the activity. Look, you have the cards here. You click on it, and you have this. And for example, let's say Manuela and Santiago are working together. So Manuela says, what I like about my city is the weather, for example. And then Santiago says, what I like about my city is generous people. Yes? Do you understand? Boys and girls?
Yep. No, teacher.
Awesome. It won't take us very long, but I will be visiting your rooms just in case you guys have questions, and of course to check that you guys are practicing. Okay? Good.
Okay.
So let me create the rooms. Okay, maybe one of you needs a group of 3, no problem, just take turns. And we are ready. Okay, let's go, guys. You can share your screen, of course, and please keep the link first, okay? Open it first so you don't miss it. Let's go. Okay, 3, 3, 2. Yes, couples, and one. Oh no, we are missing one, so let me just change it. This one is here. I think, oh, I'm sending Lillian to one. Okay, now she's in one. Okay, that's why I was thinking about a group of 3. Okay, guys, let's enjoy. Mandy, go to your room, please. Mandy, hello. Can you go to your room, please? I will have to send your partner to another room so he can discuss. Okay, what's up? Tell me.
Hello, teacher. ¿Nos podrías dar un ejemplo con esta oración?
Yes. Okay. Actually, that one is an easy one because it is not interrupted. So what I like to do in my English class is to have more speaking activities. For example, in a normal sentence, you will say something like this. I would like to have more speaking activities in the English class because sometimes it gets boring. Okay. So you want to emphasize on that. So you say, what I'd like to do in my English class is to have more speaking activities or having more speaking activities. You can use ing or to have. Yes? Is it clear now?
Yes, teacher.
So tell me, what would you like to do in your English class?
I would
No, what
I like to do in my English class is to have more Kahoots.
Oh, interesting. Thank you. Okay, Karen. And what about you, Beatrice?
I like to do in my English class
Okay, what I
is to have more exercise.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It's easy. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, you can continue with the next one to see if I can help. Let me see.
It's that I find difficult English.
What? What do you find difficult in learning English?
The listening.
So it's listening comprehension that I find difficult in English. Very good. Okay.
It's listening. Okay.
Yeah, maybe you say, teacher, it's pronunciation that I find difficult in English. Okay. What else?
It's pronunciation the other people or the native people that I find difficult in English. Is possible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's native pronunciation. Yes, maybe?
Native, yes. Because here, how do you say acostumbrarse?
We are used to.
Used to?
We are
Here,
used to.
we are used to only the same people. But when you hear other different people, understand. In Spanish, it's similar for about costume, the culture in Costeño and Bogotá and Santander. It's similar.
Yes, that's about the answer. The accent, sorry. Okay.
The accent. Yeah, teacher. The accent.
Okay, very good, girls. Keep working. I will see you in a bit.
Okay.
Bye bye. See you in a bit. Wait.
About my city is
John and Maria. Well, what are you guys doing? Why aren't you working?
Hi, teacher. Es que no alcancé a copiar el enlace.
Okay, here I send it to you in the chat. Can you open it, please? Joan, what about you? Joan, aren't you discussing anything with Maria? Maria, Joan hasn't talked to you, right? So I'm afraid he's not in the meeting. Ah, okay. Well, Maria, let's try to discuss it together. Okay, click on one of the cards on the left. Yes, that one. No, just click there. Yes. Okay. What I'd like to do in my English class is what, Maria? Maria, come on. Any idea?
What would like to do my English class is learn how
It's kind of hard for me to understand you. I think it's a broken message. I'm so sorry. Okay. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, boys and girls, I visited some of your rooms and you guys were giving me very interesting answers, especially with the one about what you find difficult in English or what you would like to do. Awesome. Okay, thank you for discussing that. Were you able to finish them all?
Teacher, sorry about the structure is always, for example, it's la 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 in my country that other words.
Yes, or what?
Or what?
Yes. It is
But,
or it was. Yes.
But teacher, for example, in this part, what I like to do in my English class always is to have or is to other verb.
Oh, here, as I told you, you can say, for example, what I like to do in my English class is having more speaking activities, or is to have more speaking activities. Yeah. Remember that with nouns, you can use gerunds or infinitives. For example, you say, reading is a very, I don't know, relaxing activity. To read is a very relaxing activity. So both are right. Yes? So here you say, what I like to do in my English class is to have or is having more speaking activities.
Teacher, sorry, I search about this part in a book.
What do you mean?
sorry, teacher. I don't find in the book about this part.
Okay.
What and I don't find, sorry, but I understand better because I don't understand well, but I need practice to more for understand better. Yeah.
I understand what you say, Beatrice. This is not part of the book because I think there are some things that they just, like go like this because they think they're obvious. But of course, when I was planning the class, and of course I saw cleft sentences, and I said like, this one requires more attention and practice, so that's why I just highlighted this part, because I cannot go through all the ways of giving emphasis without explaining one by one. And of course, I knew that this one was the one that requires more practice. Yeah. So that's why you don't find it in the book, Beatriz, because it's not like a topic. It's just part of the ones that give emphasis. Okay.
Okay.
Well,
thank you, teacher.
Let me do something with you, and if we have more time later, maybe we can practice a little bit more of it. Let me show you the plan. It's because I would like you to do this. Look. In our plan, of course, I also have stress for the words, in pronunciation. And this is something that I would like you to check. But we need to get to this part that is our production part today. And this is the one about Unit 9, because tomorrow, next Tuesday, we will be studying Unit 10. So I just have this idea. Let's work on this, that it will take a little bit of time. And later we can go back to word stress, and if it's necessary, we can practice more of this, but now let's follow the lesson, yes, because for this final product, you guys need this first. Okay, so what is it about? Now, we were talking about having a presentation because Paul was nervous about it, I guess, or I bet that all of us have things or situations in which we get nervous, like, I don't know, speaking in public, performing a show, I don't know, taking the speaking test, giving a presentation. So here we're going to listen to some ideas and tips, about preparing your presentations, on how to give presentations. And this is going to be very important because later you guys are going to do the same. You are going to give me some tips, okay? So tell me about this. I think we talked about taking notes in our previous meetings, but tell me, in what situations do you have to take notes? Tell me. Or you are not the kind of people who take notes?
When the information is important for me.
Thank you, Jorge. Do you do it?
Yes.
Or are you the kind of people, all of you, are you the kind of people who just take pictures? Because when I am in the university with my students, and I just, expect they are taking notes, and they are like, no, teacher, can you please move? Picture. I said, like, come on, take notes. No, they are not a picture. I don't know, but I think that later, if you want to check those pictures and study, it will be a little bit boring, and it will be just a picture in your gallery, and maybe you prefer deleting. I don't know. It's just my old-fashioned idea and style because I really like taking notes. Tell me.
The teacher, the take notes for this moment is difficult about the write quickly is about the write quickly is no better that you picture is more faster.
It's faster.
Yes, it's faster. And the picture, for example, for me, in my computer, I take the screen in picture the class, and the picture I put the notes about in the picture. Yeah.
I understand. Okay. Yeah, but it could be very useful for you because you are organized and you are sure that you will go back later. But as Diego says, some of, I think most of the people will just ignore them. Yeah, but I understand that it works for you, Beatriz. Thank you for sharing. Good. Okay. Now, here we have some, let me see, information about how to give presentations. You are going to listen to the first part of a talk on how to give presentations. Yes, you will find some words like this. You need to be very attentive because you are going to do this. Let me show you what you are going to do. You guys are going to tell me in our slide, in the classwork today, you guys have to do two things with your partner. First, you have to discuss if you agree or disagree with any or all of the advice in the listening. So take notes because you guys need to tell me if you agree, yeah, or disagree. And later you have to write 1 or 2 complete paragraphs giving some tips and advice for preparing a presentation. That's your opinion. Yeah, what may help other people, like maybe what works for you. I don't know, like study the topic before, talk in front of a mirror, I don't know, give the presentation to a person first, maybe in your house or one of your friends. Yeah, so you guys are going to be doing this, but first you need to listen because that's what you guys are going to answer first, if you agree or disagree with the recording, okay? So let's do it because of the time. I think, like, my goodness, it's a lot of things to talk about and the time is very short. So let's go. Listen and make, no, just listen. And let's see.
Unit 9, Recording 5.
My name's Rebecca Wade, and I'm going to talk today about how to give a presentation. All of my ideas, incidentally, are available in my book, How to Give Incredible Presentations. Now, when I say presentation, I don't just mean standing on a stage talking to lots of people. We all have to make presentations these days, often to colleagues or classmates, and the audience may be just a few people rather than a few hundred. And success in life often depends on being able to communicate your ideas effectively to a group of people. So, the advice I'm going to give is true for all these situations. And why do we need this advice? Well, according to some studies, most people's #1 fear in life is public speaking. This means that standing in front of a room full of people, for some of us at least, is scarier even than death. But it doesn't need to be if you follow these simple tips. First, let's start with a few important points. Firstly, never read out your presentation.
No.
There is nothing more boring for an audience than listening to someone reading out notes. It makes for a monotonous intonation in your voice, and your audience will quickly realise that they could get the same information in half the time just by reading your script. And secondly, try not to move around too much or talk too fast, especially at the beginning of a presentation. Keep your head and hands still. It takes an audience a bit of time to get used to your voice, and if you're dancing around at the front of the room trying to be energetic, it can be very distracting. And the last point is this: nothing is more annoying for an audience than to be kept waiting, particularly at the end of a presentation when everyone is probably desperate for a coffee. So, try to make sure you start and finish on time. Be nice to them and they'll be nice to you.
Wow, there are lots of things that I agree with her about giving presentations. For example, when I have my students giving a presentation, I always ask them, please do not read. That can be boring. And especially when I am with some, how can I say, like visitors, for example, my students' parents or other visitors, I feel like, well, they are reading, the audience is going to get bored, So I agree with that. You guys are going to listen again, and I think you are ready. You understand what we're doing? Boys and girls. don't worry about the instructions here. I just ask you to pay attention, to take notes, and get your ideas ready for discussing with your partner. I did not ask you about any of these exercises, okay? Yes? You guys are just focusing your attention on the listening. Thank you, Manuela. Okay, cool. So let's listen again, take all the necessary notes, and then I will send you to your room again, and you guys are going to our slides to work on it. Yeah, on this activity. Let's go again.
Unit 9, Recording 5.
My name's Rebecca Wade, and I'm going to talk today about how to give a presentation. All of my ideas, incidentally, are available in my book, How to Give Incredible Presentations. Now, when I say presentation, I don't just mean standing on a stage talking to lots of people. We all have to make presentations these days, often to colleagues or classmates, and the audience may be just a few people rather than a few hundred. And success in life often depends on being able to communicate your ideas effectively to a group of people. So, the advice I'm going to give is true for all these situations. And why do we need this advice? Well, according to some studies, most people's number one fear in life is public speaking. This means that standing in front of a room full of people, for some of us at least, is scarier even than death. But it doesn't need to be if you follow these simple tips. First, let's start with a few important points. Firstly, never read out your presentation. There is nothing more boring for an audience than listening to someone reading out notes. It makes for a monotonous intonation in your voice, and your audience will quickly realise that they could get the same information in half the time just by reading your script. And secondly, try not to move around too much or talk too fast, especially at the beginning of a presentation. Keep your head and hands still. It takes an audience a bit of time to get used to your voice, and if you're dancing around at the front of the room trying to be energetic, it can be very distracting. And the last point is this: nothing is more annoying for an audience than to be kept waiting, particularly at the end of a presentation, when everyone is probably desperate for a coffee. So, try to make sure you start and finish on time. Be nice to them, and they'll be nice to you.
Awesome. Very good, my dear friends. I think those tips are very useful. And you know what is even more important and more useful? That you guys will work on giving tips and advice for the next block. So you guys are getting ready. Let me give you the link of our exercise, where you guys have it because that's our folder. And it's basically about your opinion, but the first part needs to be according to what you heard. Yes? So, first one is for discussing with your classmate and tell me if you agree or disagree with the information you just listened. Okay? Later, it's just your free opinion. It's just whatever you can tell me about how to have a successful presentation. Yeah, the do's and the don'ts. Do's and don'ts. Is it clear?
Yes,
I
teacher.
think it. Okay, let's go, my friends. You guys are going to work with the same people. So please use one slide, the one that has the number of your room. Okay, that's how we're going to do it. I don't know why I have rooms with that. Okay, I'm going to just have them again. 8 rooms, because this is weird. I see just one. No. Diego, maybe you are going to be, okay, let's see. Thank you so much for giving me very interesting advice. Thank you for that. I was reading your tips and advice, and that was such an interesting information. Thank you for that, guys. Okay, now for homework, I would like you to cover this exercise, practice A, on page 91. Yes? No, actually that is page 90. Exercise 1A. And do not worry that you guys are going to cover this little part with your teacher log, okay? In some minutes. So I will send you the picture in our group. What do you have to do? Very simple. Match sentences 110 with replies A, J. For example, I'm exhausted. Let's stay in and watch a film. Which one will be the best response, guys? Or
Maybe you're welcome. Come again soon.
Which one?
No. Number letter D.
D? Well, do you want
D.
to D. You're welcome. Come again soon.
No.
Not really, because you are together. Look, I'm exhausted. Let's stay in and watch a film. So, I will say, oh, you're boring these days. I want to go out. Yeah, that is like something different. Okay, so think about these ones and think about the perfect response from these ones, and that's it. Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy your long weekend, and I will see you on Tuesday. Do not forget that I will send you the survey, and you guys will tell me if you want to receive the certificate via email or if you want to attend the ceremony. Okay? Thank you for your time tonight. Bye-bye, guys. Take care.
Bye, teacher. Thank you.
Night.
See you on Tuesday.